How can you, as a team, start with continuous improvement if your company does not want to give you enough time? And if they do not give you a budget to spend? A learning lunch, where once a week you spend your lunch time to learn something new, can be a great opportunity to start. And it requires only a small investment of your team members' personal time and money. My name is David, and in this video series I will show you things that you can do to become a better software developer. I will keep the videos short so you can watch them while commuting or when you're on a break, either alone or with your team. I have been a freelance consultant, coach, trainer and developer for more than 12 years now. And in those 12 years I have learned a lot, mostly in my spare time. But now I have a family and learning in my spare time is not feasible anymore. Also, I think that nobody should be required to learn in their spare time. So how can you, alone or as a team, learn new things without wasting your precious free time? Today I want to show you one technique that could work for you, the learning lunch. Try to spend one lunch break every week or every 2 weeks learning new things together with your team. And convince your manager to pay for half of the time. If you want to get good at developing software, as a developer but also as a team, you have to learn a lot. And I mean a lot. When I started collecting topics for this video series, I was baffled by the number of things I want to talk about. And I'm still learning most of the things or details about most of these things myself, even after 12 years in this industry. So, you have to learn a lot, you better start now. Just, the day has only so many hours. And most of us spend most of them at work. We could learn in our free time, but many of us have better things to do. We have families, we have friends, hobbies, and just better things to do. And we must sleep a lot so we can again be productive tomorrow. That means we must find ways to learn on the job. If you're lucky, your employer gives you all the time you need for learning. But realistically, there will be some limits. And in many companies, there's almost no time and no budget for learning at all. By the way, let's talk about good and bad employers in a later episode. So, your company does not give you enough time and money to learn all the things you want to learn. That means your mission is from now on to prioritize what you want to learn, find ways to learn things in short bursts, find ways to learn on the job, but in a way that does not take working time away from you, and change the attitude and policy of your company towards learning. I will talk more about other things you can do to fulfill this mission in later episodes. Today I want to start with something simple. You will just do the learning in your lunchtime once a week or once every 2 weeks together with your colleagues. Wait, you say. That means I will do the learning in my spare time again. You said that was not an option. And you're right. You will be spending some of your own time learning things that you need on your job. But you will do it at a time where you are at or near your company anyway. And you will also personally benefit from things you learn here. You will become a better developer and your job will become more satisfying for you. Yes, I do believe that your employer should give you all the time and resources you need to learn everything that you need to do your job well. But what if they don't? What are your options? If you are interested in this job and if you want to do it well, start learning some of those things on your own. And if not, you should seriously reconsider if you are at the right place right now. But let's talk about that in a later episode. If you decide to start learning on your own, your lunch break is a good time for that. You are at work, you cannot do anything else anyway, and your colleagues are already here, so you can learn from each other. All you need to start a learning lunch is some people who are willing to join you and a room where you can do it. And your cafeteria or restaurant is probably not the right place. You need a room that is reasonably quiet and where everyone can sit comfortably at a table. But it should also not be too big, because if the room is mostly empty, it will not feel like you're having lunch together. You need a big screen or a projector for a presentation and a good internet connection for the person who does the presentation. You also need a whiteboard or a flip chart. Even better if you have both. Also bring differently colored sticky notes and painter's tape if you can. Everyone should bring note-taking paper and a pen, but nobody except the presenter should bring a laptop. You want to facilitate a discussion, not an hour where everyone is surfing the internet on their own. That also means that phones should mostly stay in the pockets of their owners. And you need food. Either you order food together or everyone just brings whatever they like. I would not recommend cooking together even if you have a suitable kitchen. While cooking together can be a great team building experience and also great fun, it will just take too much time. You want to spend most of your lunch break learning and not doing other things. One person prepares a topic, but do not spend too much time preparing the presentation. This does not have to be a sleek presentation. Just state a problem, question or challenge and solve it together. Like, I want to explore whether trunk-based development or feature branching is more suitable to our way of working. Or I want to try out outside-in test-driven development by implementing a tic-tac-toe game together. Or I want to show you this new cool thing I found yesterday and then discuss how we could use it in our day-to-day work. You could even just watch tutorial videos together and then discuss them. You can use different techniques during this learning lunch, techniques that will be useful anyway in other situations too, like prepare a presentation or do mob programming, do PowerPoint karaoke or a chaos cocktail party. You can use techniques from your retrospectives like a learning matrix or whatever you think is suitable for now. After the learning lunch, take some 5 to 10 minutes to prepare a conclusion about what you just learned. Write the topic of your learning lunch at the top of a flip chart page and then write down a short summary of the discussion and, most importantly, what you have learned. Add drawings, use differently colored markers, use sticky notes or index cards. Be creative, make it beautiful. Then hang it on an office wall or a team room or a breakout area, somewhere where everyone can see it. But if there is already a flip chart page from last week, take a picture of it and throw it away first. After some time, when you have 8 to 12 pictures of learning results, show them to your manager. Show them what you have learned and show them the positive impact your learning has on your team. Ask them to allow you to do half of the learning lunch or even all of it during working time. Ask them to pay for food. Because you already have results to show, because you already can show the positive impact of your learning, it will be easier for them to accept your request. And if they don't, remember we will talk about good and bad employers in a later episode. To recap, you should not use your free time to learn things that you need on your job. But if your employer does not give you the time and resources you need to learn the things you need on your job, what are your options? Use your free time, okay, but use a part of your free time that you cannot spend on hobbies or family or sleep anyway. Like your lunch break. prepare a small, and I mean small, task for your team, and then learn, research, program, and discuss together. And prepare a poster with the results, like a single flip chart page. Write down what you have learned, draw, be creative, and take pictures of all of the posters to remember later how much you have already learned during your lunch sessions. Now go ahead and organize a learning lunch at your company. And then tell me how it went. Here in the comments or on Twitter. I am Dietanzer there. And subscribe to this channel or follow me on Twitter if you want to get more videos like this in the future.